somebody told me if Donald Trump got in office, I'll go back to slavery. You know how ridiculous that sounds to me.
You think the man gonna be racist? Back in the 1980s, he clearly got a picture with Rosa Parks and Muhammad Ali at an NAACP reward ceremony. You think somebody racist gonna be in that position? Hell no. Explain to me. Somebody that was in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, somebody that was on Soul Train, somebody that been embraced by many rappers in the black community, gonna be racist? That don't make no sense to me.
To compare this man to Hitler is how can you compare a man to Hitler when this guy never killed nobody? He never started wars. How can you compare it? This guy's actually trying to drive money into the economy and make everybody have some money. What's wrong with that? I'll be honest with you, we all are capitalists. We like money, we like nice things. What's wrong with that?
Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's your man Wise, and today we gotta check out this video from James Klug. Shout out to that brother right there, man. He is doing outstanding work out here in the streets. He's down in Atlanta at a Trump rally, and man, I am so excited to see this content right here, man. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. The link to the full video will be in the description box if you want to check it out without my commentary. Consider joining the ARP family. It supports us, the channel, the team, so forth and so on. And without further ado, let's go.
Local.
Yeah, I'm local.
Okay, so we're local. We're in Georgia. This is obviously a crucial swing state. Who's taking Georgia? Kamala Harris or Donald Trump?
Donald Trump. We're gonna paint Georgia red. Matter of fact, we're gonna paint it burgundy. It ain't gonna be red, it's gonna be burgundy. Cause it's gonna be too big to rig.
That's crazy.
3D printed.
How long did this take to make?
About 3 weeks.
Look at all these people out here, man. All these people out here supporting Donald Trump, man.
I'm voting Donald Trump, baby.
Let's go.
Everyone is waking up. All my friend group, there's a solid 90% who are really awake now.
He doesn't care what color you are. He's for humans, Americans. And we're here to fight for America, because if we lose America, we lose the world.
Black, white, Asian, it don't even matter. It's man, the United Nations out here, man. There's people from all over the world out here supporting Donald Trump.
You are obviously a young man for Trump.
Yes.
And a lot of the polls are starting to show that especially young men, of all colors, by the way, leaning more towards Trump in the election. On the ground, as I presume you're a student or in this generation, what are you seeing? Are you seeing that sort of mass awakening or disaffectedness with the Democrats?
I mean, you look like 4 years ago, right? It was way different. You know, everyone's talking about what are you going to do economically? What are you going to do, to fix this issue, this issue, this issue. It's starting to get to a point now where it's life or death almost for this country.
Why are you supporting Donald Trump?
There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in this world. I got 2 little kids. I got a 2-year-old and I got a 5-year-old. And I am really, really worried about this world.
Look at everything. It's crap.
What the Democrats are doing is not right.
I'm for protecting the border. Like if you have your own house, you lock the doors on it, right?
Well, we've been immigrants from India.
Yeah.
We support Trump for all the values. Free market economy, low taxes, strong defense, all the Republican values.
I love his policies about stuff like the closing the borders, keeping the illegal immigrants out, illegal immigration.
Getting that under control?
Yeah, I mean, because they're coming in here and they can commit crimes.
I work in the service industry as well, so no tax on tips is beautiful for me. I mean, definitely incentivized, it goes to my pocket.
Second Amendment, I want to make sure that's completely protected. The ATF is trying to make laws that shouldn't, they shouldn't be allowed to be making all the laws and stuff that they're doing.
It's getting to a point where it's not how are you going to fix this economic reason, it's are you going to fight corruption? Who's going to stand up against it?
The soul of the country.
Yeah, so you look at all these, the Democrats who are now going Republican, and obviously there's a lot of the Republican Party that's still just corrupt. You'll see that everywhere, but there's a lot of people really waking up because it's not right against left. It is not right against left at all. It's truth against real serious corruption.
What do you notice as...
Wow. He's absolutely right. It's not right against left. It's not black against white. It's about those that are for America and those that are against America. It's those that want to put Americans first and those that are about the world. That's what this is about. Maybe a clip or so prior to this, there was a guy in there that was talking about he had young children. Yeah. All of us, man, we've lived a pretty good life up to this point. But what kind of country are we leaving to our young people? I have nieces and nephews, that are in elementary school. I have, children, my own children are, young adults trying to forge their way in this country and in this life. And it's not looking like they're going to have an opportunity to achieve the American dream the way that, I have, or my grandparents or my parents have. It's bleak right now, and we need a change, and we need things to change ASAP.
Different about the energy maybe 4 years ago compared to now.
I mean, a lot of people was confused. You had the mainstream media coming up with this different propaganda saying that Trump is a racist and he support neo-Nazis.
We had him in office in 2016. Sure. So when you compare 2016 to 2020 and compare what we have now, big difference. So we have a comparison. So it's easy to make the choice. It's a clear choice. We're watching one party try to really deceive us, lie to us, control the legacy media, and promote propaganda.
It's starting to get to the point, the propaganda that we're seeing, the things that we're being told, this is stuff that you see that they would teach you in history that would happen in other countries. Countries where it was some of the craziest things in the world. But people don't realize this is happening center. This is happening right here, right now.
Well, you guys' point, right? Because we have seen a Donald Trump administration, and we've also seen a Biden Kamala, and there's almost this kind of push to say that we haven't seen Kamala in office, and we haven't seen Trump in office, and Trump's going to be this dictator when he takes over. We had a lady telling us earlier today, actually, that not here, but in Atlanta, saying that, hey, if we give Donald Trump 4 more years, he's going to be an authoritarian. He's going to be like a Hitler. What would you say to somebody like that believes that, genuinely believes it? What do you think?
I know you just seen my facial expression. Drives me nuts when I hear that. I'm a segue off that. Somebody told me if Donald Trump got in office, I'll go back to slavery. You know how ridiculous that sounds to me.
I don't feel like he's going to be a dictator. He wasn't the last time, I feel like.
Yeah, look at what we have. We have a dictator now.
You think the man gonna be racist? Back in the 1980s, he clearly got a picture with Rosa Parks and Muhammad Ali at an NAACP reward ceremony. You think somebody racist gonna be in that position? Hell no.
Just because he's really good at branding and creating an image for himself and super popular, that doesn't make him a dictator. He's just a strong presence. He's a strong leader, and so I think that's what America needs.
Strong leader with a strong personality, certainly.
Yes, very strong person.
The propaganda has backfired big time on the left and the mainstream media. Their propaganda push that they were, honestly, let's just keep it real. They were pretty successful with it. In 2020, they were very, 2019, 2020, they were very successful with pushing their rhetoric and the propaganda that, Trump's a dictator and he's racist and he's this, that, and the third. But they've played that card one too many times. And so many people have woken up, or so many people are now awake and aware of what the mainstream media did and what they are currently doing, that they've lost a lot of credibility. They've lost a whole heck of a lot of credibility. And you can see that in the numbers. Folks aren't really watching them like that. Folks aren't really watching the CNNs and MSNBCs like that. They're not really reading these papers. That's why you have a Bezos saying, hey, we need y'all at the Washington Post. You got to hire some more conservatives because y'all are out of control with the propaganda. We need that.
Straight off the cuff. Tells it like it is.
Explain to me. Somebody that was in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, somebody that was on Soul Train, somebody that been embraced by many rappers in the black community, gonna be racist? That don't make no sense to me.
To compare this man to Hitler how can you compare a man to Hitler when this guy never killed nobody? He never started wars. How can you compare it?
We're so used to mediocre people in our politics that when someone comes around that actually inspires or galvanizes people, we think it's a dictator coming along or something.
Yeah, it can be scary to people. I definitely believe that. But he does have the strong presence, and that is something that I think we do need.
This guy's actually trying to drive money into the economy and make everybody have some money. What's wrong with that? We all are, I'll be honest with you, we all are capitalists. We like money. We like nice things. What's wrong with that?
Do you think there's a changing tide in the black community where more people are starting to realize, hey,
I think
maybe
people
the
starting to wake
Democrats,
up now.
yeah.
People starting to wake up. They seeing what's going on, and people tired of looking at their bank account. You know,
Right.
4 years ago, you know, everybody's bank account was large. I know mine was large. You know, I got a carrier company. You know, in 2023, we had a major decline in the trucking industry.
Yeah.
That because of Kamala Harris and Biden foreign trade policy.
But we have a regime that's almost want to bring us to communism and make us all equal. And I say this, I respect everybody. We're all not equal, because if I work a little extra hours than you, I deserve more.
That's right.
If I put extra time into my job, I deserve more.
That's right.
Somebody not making no, if you just sitting around the house, you don't deserve the same as me. If I'm putting out and putting, man.
Well, she didn't even earn the nomination as the candidate, so I don't think she understands
She
that.
doesn't understand that. And I can tell you this, when you have
No, she doesn't understand having to work for anything. I mean, think about this, man. This is an individual who finds herself at the top of the ticket as a presidential candidate who did not have to win any daggone, primary votes, who didn't have to run against a Republican to become a senator, who basically was gifted job after job early in her life in California. This is a person that has literally been handed everything, every step of the way, to include the presidential nomination. We've never seen anything like it. We've never seen anything like it in this country. We've never seen anything like it. But yet you have people on the left that want to continue down the road that America is this racist country. And we literally have a woman, and I will say that she is a person of color. I won't necessarily say that she is a black woman, but she is a person of color who has literally been gifted every position that she's ever sat in, ever held. I mean, I've never seen anything like it, man.
cool, you push the president out. Because think about this, what nobody never talks about, definitely the legacy media. He told him, challenge me at the DNC. 3 days later, what happened? He's like, I'm stepping down. He didn't want to step down. That's that you know what type of regime they're running. You talk about a threat to democracy? That's the threat to democracy. When they don't even follow the American policies for voting.
This is serious corruption. Kamala's not the one running right now. Obama was not the one behind any of this. It is deep.
It's not even just like a rumor that is what actually happened. You had Democrat mega donors saying, we're withholding funds, going on CNN, we're withholding funds until this man is kicked out.
And they knew the only way they can keep that money, because that check was written to Biden and Harris. You couldn't bring nobody else in to get that money. So they're like, we forced her in. They didn't like her in 2016, no, in 2020 when she ran, and they didn't even like her as vice president, but she was forced in that position. We got a guy that's running, he ain't forced to do this. He don't have to do this. You don't get 3 attempts on your life and continue to do this.
Yeah. What would most people be doing if that was the case, if they were a billionaire? Probably, perhaps on a yacht somewhere.
They would have quit. After the first bullet, they quit.
And you've seen the Kamala campaign's been trying these desperate attempts to win back either young men or whatever with white dudes for Harris, or suddenly she's going to go on the Joe Rogan experience after like 2 months of not doing any interviews. Why exactly do you think that appeal is not landing and she's not exactly being very effective?
So the way I see it is, there's a large part of this country who see it. They're awake. They know what's happening. And then there's a select group who are shut off. They are under control. That media, they will never see this. They will never see the whole stadium full and that whole grass, everything full of thousands and thousands and thousands.
And these people outside,
and they didn't have
too.
to bus anyone.
Exactly. They will never find it. We don't have to pay for votes.
Right.
We don't have to pay for anything. It's getting too big. They can't rig this. They're going to try everything they possibly can. And it's not going to work. It's too big now.
He stood up at the end like this. I said, that's what you call American muscle. That was American muscle. You take one, you get back up. If it don't kill you, it make you stronger.
Absolutely.
That's the America I like. I don't like this good vibes. The world ain't all about good vibes. You got to be tough and hard. I'm going to tell you this right now. The people that hate America, You can't go over there with good vibes with them. Nope. You think you're gonna sit down with Putin and deal with good vibes?
Let me ask you a question as someone who lives in Colorado. I mean, that's a state you've seen change a lot. It's gone significantly to the left in the past several decades, right? Yeah. How's that affected just overall standard of living, whether it's cost, safety, education, whatever it is?
Yeah, I'll give you guys an example, right? So in 2012, I bought my first house. It's a suburb, nothing fancy. House was built in 1982. I paid $192,000 for it. Right. That house now sold for $455,000. I mean, who can afford that?
We do talk to some people that are saying, hey, Kamala Harris is the better choice for the economy. How have the last 3.5 years been for you?
She don't even have a plan. She don't even have a plan. Only thing she talk about is pandering and giving away. Oh, a $20,000 forgivable loan. You had to be dumb as she is to pay back that $20,000.
The cost of living in our area is terrible. And then you start looking at the crime, right? It's insane, right? Again, I enjoy firearms. It's just something I enjoy doing. It's fun to shoot. I now carry one for true protection, not because I like to go shoot, right? Before it was, hey, let's go throw some targets up. Let's go have some fun, plink around a little bit. Now you literally carry a weapon with you because you're walking into the store going, what kind of crazy stuff's gonna happen today?
These illegal immigrants, what they're doing, they don't do anything, they don't pay any taxes, and then they take it, and whoever is taxpayer money, and then they're using, and then
illegal immigrant gangs taking over an entire apartment, in Colorado.
The store that I'm at a little Volkswagen store in this place called Colfax. If you go just straight east of us and down just a little ways, is Aurora.
Yeah.
Are you? Is the whole community talking about that
all the time?
Those apartment complexes.
The difference is the people who have a brain are going, holy shit, we got to figure this out. Everybody, those people, the Democrats are going, oh, it's not real. That didn't actually happen. A very good friend of mine works at the firehouse that's literally catacorning from the place. They are not allowed to go outside with like their uniforms on because the violence is so bad coming from the Venezuelan people to them, right? So now they just have a shirt on that says fire on it because they were going after the police officers. They're throwing stuff at them. They're pulling guns on the police. But I'm talking to him the other day. I'm going, hey, how's things going? So I know you're pretty close. He goes, man, our captain does not allow us to go outside without a bright red fire shirt on because they don't want to get confused with the police officer.
Wow.
It's crazy, man. I mean, going down
we were actually just having a big debate with a middle-aged woman earlier today in Atlanta she was saying that, this isn't real. It's fake. The fact that people that are coming into the country illegally that are unvetted are coming here and committing crimes. And we were telling her, no, this is a very real thing.
It is real.
And we're trying to have a real conversation with you.
Yes.
And she was absolutely panicking when we're just trying to have a factual conversation, not trying to say that all of them are the most violent people, not saying anything like that, just telling her the facts, and she was losing it because I think a lot of
these are the people that watch MSNBC or CNN religiously, the people that won't believe what's actually going on. I just seen a video on X today of some Venezuelan gang members trying to take over a luxury high-rise out there in Colorado. And they were trying to kick somebody's door in with guns out, big guns. I'm saying this is something that is happening. But it's just such a breath of fresh air to see people who, one, are studied up. The brother with the gray knit cap on, it's very, very obvious that this brother's been doing his research. He is well informed as to what is going on right now. He is. And shout out to him, man. And shout out to, everybody. Because the thing is, once you start to research, once you get a full understanding of who the parties are and what's going on and what they want to implement, once that happens and you become informed, you are a threat to the Democratic Party at that point, once that happens. And the people that have informed themselves and that have educated themselves, those are the people that are sprinting from the Democratic Party. I mean, it's just glorious to see. And I hope, kind of like the young brother who had the Trump banner wrapped around him like it was a cape. I hope he's right, man. I hope it is too big to rig. I've seen so many people out. I've talked to so many people, just out and about that are rocking with Trump. I would assume that the Indian folks, they're supporting Trump because they're in the tech industry. The the tech industry has been down for about 2 years. Layoffs happening like nobody's business. All the big companies. The Googles, Amazons of the world, they've been laying off folks since 2022. This is real. The tech industry has been hit hard during the Biden administration. I don't know if those folks are in tech. And I mean, forgive me for stereotyping, two Indian brothers, assuming that they're in technology. My bad. I shouldn't have done that. But, it's just so great to see people out there who, one, are taking this seriously. They understand how important this election is, and they're doing their research, and they're willing to share that information with anybody that'll listen. I hope you guys enjoyed this. The link to this full video will be in the description box, man. Shout out to James Klug, man. Keep doing your thing, brother. Keep God first in your life. Stay prayed up. Make sure y'all like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel if you hadn't done so already. I'm going to catch up with you all next time. Peace.